The Public Record Office of Northern Ireland Web Archive has been building its collection of websites for almost 10 years, focusing initially on capturing the websites of our government departments and local councils, but also websites deemed historically or culturally important to Northern Ireland. Our collection has grown in both size and scope, and we now have over 240 captured sites that range from Instagram and Twitter feeds to local history group pages to significant inquest sites, with 1 terabyte of data being captured each year. PRONI does not attempt to collect all of Northern Ireland's websites, but using agreed criteria selects those that it considers are of significance, have long-term research value, and which will reflect the content and variety of information published in this way. We currently have a subscription with Internet Archive and use their platform to seed, scope and quality assure our captures. These published sites are not only available through PRONI's website, but through the Wayback Machine also. Like all people who web archive will know, it's not without its quirks and challenges. Ideally, an archive website is fully functional and identical in every way to the original. However, many factors make perfect quality impossible. The increasing popularity of social media sites and all the dynamic content that it brings is always particularly challenging to capture successfully. Well, for me anyway, but I'm reassured that this is an issue most organisations face. But perhaps more uniquely to PRONI, and possibly one of the biggest challenges we face in growing our archive, is around the issue of permissions. So unlike the rest of the UK and Ireland, where legal deposit libraries are entitled to copy published material from the internet, PRONI has no legal deposit status and rather works on a permissions-based approach where we write to website owners, informing them of our intention to archive their website, and then operate on a silence is consent approach, crawling a site anyway and taking down websites should the owner request it. This approach in itself includes challenges such as lack of response from site owners. We have a low response rate. We assume that it's not that the websites are denying permission, they just aren't responding to our attempts to contact them. A lot of time is required to trace and contact site owners to notify or obtain permissions. When you have a small team like ours, this can use up a lot of resources, and it may be on something that we're not even sure if we should or should not be doing. As of this year, we're working closely with our colleagues in other sections within PRONI, more specifically those in records management and cataloguing, who deal closely with depositors, with the aim of including websites in retention schedules and depositor agreements. This issue of permissions is something that has been an ongoing dilemma for PRONI, and with no changes to the legal deposit status looking likely in the near future, it is something that we will have to continue to contend with as we attempt to continue to grow and develop our web archive going forward. However, it is not all doom and gloom. In an attempt to continue to expand our collection, we have collaborated with the British Library on some of their projects in the last year, and have added a Northern Ireland perspective on the topics of Brexit and the general election 2019, and more recently an NI COVID-19 viewpoint. Part and parcel of this collaboration included us getting access to and being able to use and add to the British Library's ACT web archiving tool. For me, this was a great opportunity to see and use another web archiving tool, especially a custom piece of software for an institution as reputable as the British Library, and it has been a fantastic opportunity for us to archive sites that would normally be outside our remit. As a result, we've been able to add to further research for Northern Ireland. We really hope to continue this partnership with the British Library, not only as a method of increasing the amount of NI archive sites, but also as a way to continue to improve and learn from their expertise. Now, it wouldn't be 2020 if we didn't mention COVID-19 and the effect that this has had on our archive. I'm sure, like many organisations out there, our priorities changed, and in order to preserve as much official information as possible, our web archive focused on crawling our local government sites and councils much more frequently than in previous years. In addition, PRONI's launched a Stay Home Memories project that aims to capture individuals' experience of the pandemic through documents, photographs, arts, videos and diaries. This project is still underway, and we hope a new Stay Home Memory section will also be created on the PRONI web archive based on public recommendations of what to include in the collection. I suppose one positive we can draw from the pandemic is that we saw an increase in the use of the web archive, with new visits and page views increasing almost 50%. Going forward, PRONI hope to continue to grow and develop its web archive for future research in the ever-changing world of technology and software, and continue to strengthen partnerships with our counterparts throughout the UK and Ireland. Thank you very much for your time today.